Get it?
It's palpable, right? You can feel it. It's there.
Yes,
it's all around you.
It's in the air.
It's just there, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
100%.
Now, some Negroes is gonna say times have changed.
Of course. Of course. You always got those.
Why though?
Hey, it's manufactured today.
Manufactured. Okay. All right. So let's deal with this first. Now, this Edomite here with this Confederate flag on. Look at his argument as to why he's right and what was going on at this time. Hit play.
My family fought to save their farm.
Pause.
Under this.
So he's holding the Confederate flag. Jake is getting on to him about it. Listen, bro, why you got this flag? He said, my family fought under this flag.
Said it with such power.
With such, you know? Hit play.
Flag. Who was working that farm?
Pause. That was the cut of the century right there. So you're saying that, but of course Esau don't care.
Right.
But he's saying that and he goes, well, who was working then? Who was working at that time? Who was working under that? You talking about your family fought for this. Who was working for your family?
On that farm.
On that farm.
Who was working?
And watch this. Hit play.
If they were poor, do you know how much a slave cost back then?
Pause. So his argument was, do you know how much a slave cost back then? Now, this sister right here is about to break it down something crazy because we know that's the thought of some of them. We was too poor to watch what she say the goal of that poor white family was. Was it to fight for the flag or was it to own another human? Okay, let's see.
There's actually a knowable answer to that question. By 1860, at the time of the Civil War, enslaved people's value was somewhere between $200 on the low end all the way up to $2,000. So we're talking about, in today's dollars, maybe somewhere between $2,400 and, like $50,000.
Stop.
Or even...
We're talking about a person. I hope y'all the fact that we have to defend this is insane.
That's insane.
Because we're talking about the cost of a human.
Sound real to me.
Back then, super real. So back then, $200 to, what she say, 2,000?
To 24 to
2,400 to 50,000.
Yeah, which is today. 2,400 to 50,000 today. Okay, now, you got the prices of a human. Of us. I was gonna wait, but we're gonna come back to it.
Let's get
Joel 3. Get that real quick. We're gonna come right back. We probably gonna read this again before the show is over with, but I just had to. I just want to deal with them selling us. That's all. Joel 3 and start at verse 3.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 3.
Right.
And they have cast lots for my people.
That's what we just read. That's what we just heard her say. She gave the actual prices of our people. Remember the Edomite, his defense was, well, my family was poor. Let's see if he was trying to fight for the flag and be, all of us be one nation, or what were they working toward, right? Finish that.
And have given a boy for a harlot. And sold a girl for wine.
So think about it. It makes that even crazier to think about when it says gave a boy for a harlot. Because think about it. If that family was poor, the only way to get those slaves would be what?
Reproduce.
Exactly. So that way you don't have to. So their goal was to work up until they got the slave, maybe a male and a female, and then now what's going to happen?
Wow.
You understand?
That's crazy.
You understand?
That's why they refer to it as cattle slavery.
Exactly.
Because it's just the same thing you do with a cow.
Exactly.
You get one, you get it, and then you reproduce.
Exactly. All right, you see that? These are actual posters. These are actually ads. Remember, we were the first commodity on Wall Street. We were the stocks. It was us.
That's crazy because when we hit stocks, we know we were sold, but when you put it like that, like they worked.
Yes,
they
for that.
clocked in to get a slave.
Yes.
That's
She gonna explain it. Go back to the video.
You, nigga.
That's crazy.
Watch. Go back to the thing. Go back. Let's go.
Some estimates that say that some enslaved people were valued at somewhere around $180,000 in today's dollars. So you can think of it basically like owning a car. And about 1.6%
We're talking about humans, by the way.
of Southern families owned more than 200 slaves.
So pause. Take it back a couple seconds. What percentage of rich families? Take it back right there.
About 1.6% of Southern families owned more than 200 slaves, like having like a whole car dealership. But about 20 to 25% of Southerners at the time of the Civil War owned at least one enslaved.
25% of them did. Owned at least one. 25%, but just keep listening. Watch this. Hit play.
Person. It's like basically living in a society where wealthy people all have cars. Well, what do all the people who don't have cars want? A car.
There you go.
And even if a family worked on a small farm and didn't have enslaved people,
watch this.
What do you think their goal was? Their goal was to earn enough money to be able to buy people, to buy humans to do the work. It's not like families didn't aspire to have enslaved people. Why do you think that Southern whites were willing
Pause that. Their aspiration,
their goal in life.
Their goal in their life for their family was to own us.
That's exactly right.
That's crazy. When it's broken down like that, because you know when I'm looking at it, you know we got the signs when we go teach, and we're looking at the auction blocks. Yeah. And when you think about us right now in poverty, right, and we work to get a car, we work to pay bills. That sole purpose, what you saying, Cap, what the lady is saying, is to save enough to buy another human being.
To buy us. To buy the Israelites. The whole thing.
That sounds real to me.
That's very real. You ain't kidding. Hit play.
War, to literally go to war against the United States for slavery. Because remember, every single state that seceded, all 11 of them said explicitly, we're doing this to preserve slavery.
Pause.
Well, why?
You know what's funny about that? That's for all them who say there is no slavery and all that. The only reason there was a civil war because they wanted to keep your ass in slavery. So for you to even think about that,
that's great.
The reason there was a civil war, it wasn't because of some type of, we want everybody to be one. No, let's keep these Negroes in slavery.
It was always their purpose.
And you got to think about it. Remember, a lot of those people that was in the North, they had slaves as well. Right. That's why after slavery, after they abolished, we went over this before, it wasn't abolished. It never got, they transferred it from the chattel slavery to prison. That's all that happened. It was just changed to another system. But the war, that they were fighting to keep you in chains. Right. And how the hell you gonna say racism ain't real?
Right.
Are you crazy? You could drop that. That was crazy.
That was a bomb right there.
Get out of there. Now, watch this. So this was July 5th, 2024. Read that.
So this is 2024?
Yes.
The year we currently have?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. This was a couple days ago.
Okay.
Go ahead. Somebody, one of y'all.
I can't. All right.
Go ahead, Jacob. Jacob got to read.
White couple accused of keeping 5 adopted black children locked in barn as slaves.
Wait, whoa. Wait a second.
That's what it say. Locked in barns.
Can you read that? Read that one more time.
Yes, sir. White couple accused of keeping 5 adopted black children locked in barn as slaves.
So you with the animals?
You with the animals?
It's an evil world we live in.
Oh my goodness.
They wanted you back in. Let me say this, y'all, and I know this is gonna make some of you, especially you Stockholm syndrome Negroes, if they could do it right now, your ass would be in chains.
100%.
I don't know why y'all think. What is they actually think that these people was like, no, we wouldn't. If it was still, if they had the right to do it or the power, if it was like it was, they would continue to 100%. Do it. I don't understand why y'all think you think the people that you had, that you treated as dogs or worse.
Bring it out. Come on now.
And 50 years later, now you want them to be on the same level as you?
Come on.
Where does that happen at?